All right now. All right, because Pastor Clive, I have a friendship that I've been in for the last I'll say going 18 years. And recently that friend did something that is really, really out of pocket. And I find that he was not taking ownership, but instead was trying to find everybody around him to cast the blame and point the finger. And I wasn't in agreement with him. And after 18 years, that friend said to me, it is obvious that we have grown apart. What I've recognized in this is that our values no longer align. And if you are not somebody that is accountable, then you and I cannot be friends. And after all that time, did it hit me at first? Yeah, maybe for a minute, but then it came to me automatically to say, two cannot walk unless they agree. And if
That's
your value, your belief, your core does not align with mine, then I realize we're not going to be in agreement. And what I said to him when I was giving him some instruction as how to correct course, he said, I will not do that. Would you do that? And I said, yes, I will, because my integrity will allow me to do that, because I am a man of integrity. And if you cannot do that, it tells me that you have lack integrity. And so you cannot be. And I said to my friends who have always been around, who travel with me and preach, Elder Donovan Brown, Minister Lennox Brown, Myra, we are a couple of us. But I said to them, I don't want you to become such great friends of mine that you cannot tell me when I'm wrong. In other words, and I never tell them that. I tell them, you cannot tell me when my poop is stink.
That's right.
Yeah, because
you don't want a yes man. You want
I
somebody.
don't want a yes man. I want you to hold me accountable, that when I'm wrong, you said, listen, Reb, we didn't like that. That was wrong. And so I see that I had to walk away from a friendship for so long because of the fact that I tell you how I feel about you and I feel about what you have done. And so as a result, and I recognize you don't take accountability, I cut off and I disconnect. And I disconnect from the root.
Question for you. You say from a friendship. Friendship, as I go back again, it's always two ways.
Yeah, man.
So maybe you're holding out again. Your best friend has a best friend.
Right, but I recognize that the relationship no longer serve and who I think that I used to be to him, because a lot of time we have to understand our needs change. And nothing is wrong if you're in a friendship and you said, my need has changed. My need has changed because our need changed. Maybe at that point, I've been a mentor to him, train him, started with him, encourage him in ministry, all of that stuff, establish all of that. But his need has changed. And so, where I am at and what I've poured into him, maybe I've come to the point where that's no longer valuable. I've received all I can. And so his need has changed, and that's perfectly fine. And so it is for us to know as well when that time it is to move on. I have to identify his need has changed. His values have changed, and who I value him as is not there. And so then I need to now sever, and you sever and see the good in saying goodbye, and not sever and be bitter and be mad with him that I can't see him and say hello. But the relationship that we have had has now severed and separated, but it's okay to say hello. So don't set up yourself for hurt by trying to make it back what it used to be. 15 years ago, we have grown. We have grown apart from 15 years ago, and that's no longer where it is. And so what are we saying? We must know how to move on without it don't have to be bad, it don't have to be festive, but I just need to realize that it no longer serves me and it's no longer serving him, and that is totally fine. Obviously, God is taking us in two different directions.